What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, I welcome you back and I appreciate the support. Guys, you know, being a teenager is a fun time. Some of the memories you get, you'll never forget. You'll always have somebody to laugh and joke and talk about them with. And it's your transition into adulthood, especially around the time when you're 18. You know, everybody can't wait to get to where they're 21 and be considered in society a full-fledged adult. Some people, hell, even want to take a drink. But sometimes being a teenager, a lot of times being a teenager, you do dumb things. And a lot of times you don't get caught with them and you don't even think until, you get older, you get wisdom, you think back like, man, I was stupid when I did that. Such is the case in the story I want to tell you today. 20-year-old Alexa Bartell of Colorado last Wednesday was driving in her car on the highway, single-lane highway, one going up, one going back. One going this way, one going that way. And some teenagers, 3 teenage boys have been identified as the ones that killed Alexa Bartell. How did they kill her? In the stupidest ways, one of the stupidest ways and most adolescent things to do, playing pranks and jokes. These guys were in the pickup truck in oncoming traffic and decided to throw a big stone from their car as they're driving past Alexa's car on this highway and threw it directly into her car window, thus making her fall off the road, striking her. She died on the side of the road miserably. Now, this is something stupid. And, they weren't found immediately. They were found over some time. But before I play this video clip, I just want to say this. Sometimes when we play jokes and we do certain things, when you target other people and make them a part of the joke, it's never a fun thing and it never ends well. Alexa Bartell was 20 years old. These kids are 18 years old. In an instant of you doing something that you think is fun or is going to be good for a laugh can cost you your life or the life of somebody else that you're making a joke on. And thus is the case. Let's roll this clip. We'll come back and talk about it.
Good morning, Brian. Now, that news conference just wrapped up about 30 minutes ago here, and lots of new information was shared with us regarding those 3 suspects arrested and are responsible for Alexa Bartell's murder. Now, we know all 3 suspects were 18-year-old high school seniors from Arvada. Now, those suspects are Joseph Koenig, Nicholas Mitch, Coral Chick, and Zachary Kwok. Now, investigators say it took a major team effort from the public, and finding these suspects was a result of cell phone device forensic evidence. Cell tower data was also helpful. Now, in terms of the actual incident, investigators did confirm the rock that struck and killed Alexa Bartell was a landscaping rock. It was thrown from a moving vehicle, and that vehicle was identified as a black 2016 Chevy Silverado. And while investigators still don't know who threw the rock, all 3 suspects are facing first-degree murder with extreme indifference.
And we've seen it in Colorado, bricks or rocks thrown from overpasses or bridges, but nothing like this in Jeffco. No crime series where these suspects went from place to place to place to place. Throwing large rocks through windshields of moving vehicles.
Now, investigators say that there's no indication of this stemming from any sort of social media challenge, and they also say that there was no relationship with these suspects and Bartell. Now, those suspects will remain in custody until their first court appearance, and as more information rolls in, we'll be sure to keep you all updated on.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the tragic case of what happened to Alexa Bartell. Just minding the business, going down the road, somebody throw a rock through the window and strikes her, knocks her off the road. She dies on the side of the road. It's a miserable death. And it didn't have to be. These three gentlemen, pictured up here, I feel nothing for them, even though they're 18 years old, because this is an unforgivable crime. You guys know better. You know better. High school seniors. School was almost out. I don't know if these guys had college aspirations or anything, but I mean, seriously, celebrating that's just your last year in school. I don't know if these guys were drinking or anything like that. I didn't see any details. Some of you guys that listen to me in Colorado, you're dropping this, some information in the comments, help the rest of the community out. But I don't know. The thing that's crazy about this, 5 times they did this. 2 other victims have come forward already with damage to their cars. Luckily they weren't hurt. But in the case of Alexa Bartell, they hit the bullseye. And I want you guys to really think about this and how stupid this is. And this is why I say I feel nothing for these kids, even though they're 18 years old. It was a willful error. You got 3 heads there in the car, and nobody says, hey, man, don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has the voice of reason in it. Number 2, 300 tips came through. Think about that. 300 tips. 300 people said something and told on these people. Like I said, they did this 5 times in one night. I think if they did it at one time, they would probably never got caught. Because, they did search for fingerprints on the rock. But these kids didn't have criminal records from what I can gather. The information I've looked at. So they would have just had a set of fingerprints. And it's just messed up all the way around. I want to know how they caught these kids and attached them to it. Now, they said they had cell phone pings and stuff saying that they were there, but why would they single them 3 out? That's how you know out of those tips, these kids went and ran their mouth and laughed and joked about something. They probably thought they threw the rock, hit the car went off the road, they drove off laughing, and then the car got back on the road and left. They thought it was just an innocent prank. Oh, we'll hit somebody's car and then drive off and do something stupid. Because I've seen kids do this in neighborhoods. Throw rocks. Long time ago, that was taboo. Somebody catch you throwing rocks and they tell your parents, there, break your arm off. Somebody tell me if I'm lying on that. Especially boys, we know you don't throw rocks at nobody. Think about this. They're on a highway speeding. So you got the trajectory of your car going this way, her car coming this way, and then the velocity of a rock as her car is moving at a certain speed, it might as well have been a bullet that hit there. I bet that was a bad crime scene when they walked up on there and found her like that. And it's messed up. Like I said, it didn't have to be. I say this all the time in my videos. You can do all the practical joking and goofy stuff you want as long as it affects you and not anybody else. This right here, they picked the victim to do this to. And you know what I'm saying? Think about it. I know they know better. Parents probably told them, hey, you got to turn yourself in. Or knowing them, they kept their mouth closed. And the parents sitting around looking like everybody else, like, what the hell happened? There's 3 kids locked up, facing serious charges too. You know they're going to get to talking because only one person threw the rock. So a couple of these kids going to get lesser charges. They're going to put it on somebody. It's going to stick. But 5 times in one night, just doing that. How brazen can you be? It's like the younger the kids are, the dumber they get. And it's like over time, it's like the older the kid is, the younger they act. Let me put it that way. I feel bad for the family on this. And she's 20 years old. They probably thought I don't know if they could identify her that fast going past her on the road. But the fact of just throwing something out of your car in the intent of breaking or causing damage to somebody else's car, another working adult. These kids ain't even out in the world yet, and you causing damage to people's car. Some people got a hard time making ends meet, and you go and do that to them? Whatever you get, you get. Now these guys are going to have to do jail time. We got a family that lost a daughter, and no matter what amount of justice you get, or the cause, or just for the family that realized that the cause was just a practical joke. We didn't mean to hurt nobody, but guess what, motherfucker, you did. And you hurt my daughter. How you think the family feel about that? It's like we need to be cognizant about when we do stuff, the after effects. Because this living in the moment stuff with the younger generation and a lot of us older generation have those qualities too. We just live in the now. Most of my stories I do where people do crazy stuff, they don't think before they act. Living in the now. And that now will predict your later. Whether it's in the jail or it's in the graveyard somewhere. Like I said, prayers go out to the family, Alexa Barton. You know, they'll never find peace in this. And I'm being honest. I mean, we always say, oh, we pray for peace. People never get peace out of things like this. You know, a lot of times I don't ever bring this up, but I mean, it's a reality of losing a loved one that you both, especially if your parents are that loved. A lot of times people split up because one person might be in despair more than the other one. The other one wants to move on, but they can't because the other one is in despair. And the one that's in despair is upset that the other one is going to move on, not realizing that the person has no choice but to move on. And the person that's in despair feels as though this person here didn't love that person that's gone as much as they do because they're in that current state. Nobody thinks about the web, you know, or the ripple effect in the lake and how it affects everybody that's involved. But it's just something to think about, man. I'm sorry this happened to this young lady. And like I said, I'll be praying for the family. But just picking people and doing and victimizing them and stuff, man, gotta stop. Guys, leave me a comment, man. If any of you guys from Colorado, when you're down there and you talk, the stories coming up, share some information with the community about what happened. It's a sad thing. You know, something like this, if it was in Houston, I'd go and attend the funeral. You know, just to show some respect. But guys, as always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you listening to me ramble as always. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.